give them a letter of no objection for the body to be shipped back to Kenya. Please note, there is a lot that is required for you Kenyans to assist one another when they lose a loved one, because that time they might not be in the right mood. If you can be able to tell somebody, we will need the passport of the deceased. We will need a birth certificate. Without those two documents, how are we able to tell whether you're a Kenyan or a Kenyan American or an American Kenyan in America? It's very difficult for us to differentiate, because everybody calls and they say there's a Kenyan who has died in a particular place, but the only way for us to know as an embassy is for you to produce a legal document that proves that the person who has died is a Kenyan. Because the same document is the one you will take to the funeral home, for the funeral home to also provide us with what is required for us to issue you with a letter of no objection to be able to ship the remains back to Kenya. Please read the website, be able to know what you need, because I've realized that it takes so long for the people who are supposed to give the funeral home the documents. So the body is lying at the funeral home, you're being charged money every other week. When you talk to the funeral home, they will tell you they have not produced a passport, they have not produced a birth certificate. Please remember, if you're taking a body to a funeral home, if you're in charge of any funeral, remember that you still need to know that this is a Kenyan remains that you're taking back to Kenya. So please let's work together. And also, please Kenyans, find out the airlines that are cheap to ship the body back to Kenya. Because I tend to find like we forget all these things and assume that it's the role of the embassy or the role of the funeral home again to be able to find out which is the cheapest airline that I can ship the remains of my loved one back to Kenya. I think that's just about it. If anybody has a question, I'm more than happy to answer. Thank you.
Mentioned yesterday is about the incarceration of our Kenyans in jail. I'm sure you had the ambassador mention that we have over 2,000 Kenyans who are already in jail here in the United States of America. If I would start with the passport information, we launched issuance of passports in Washington, D.C. since June last year. We are no longer sending the passports. I know some of us have gone through the rigorous process where we used to send, you bring your application, you send your